All right. What's up, everybody? How y'all been? Hope it's been a good week for you. It's been a pretty awesome week for me. I went to the gym 4 out of 4 days. Actually, I went 7 times last week, which was cool. My relationship with food is definitely changing. And with that change, I'm noticing a lot of other changes. You know, certain patterns and certain addictions, they're all tied together. And I can feel that other addictions are actually dying down as well. My brain does start starving for dopamine here and there, and it starts to like kind of wig out every now and then and try to find like an outlet, but just got to reel it in. And I noticed that with the food addiction kind of being lowered, that the other things aren't as powerful. So it's been an interesting journey for sure. Yeah, still weighing the same, feeling great at the gym. And I was talking to a friend this morning, and I was saying, you know, this is the first time in my life that I'm not going to the gym to look better. I'm not going to the gym, you know, for physique. I'm going because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel good. I actually enjoy it. And that's a huge difference compared to a lot of the other times that I've went. That's not why I'm doing this video today. I'm doing this video today to share with you guys a book that changed my life. There's 2 books that absolutely changed my life. And one is right here, the Bible. Absolutely, by far, the greatest impact on my life, period, hands down, is the Bible. The second most influential book that I've ever read is here. And that is You Are Not Your Brain, the 4-step solution for changing bad habits, ending unhealthy thinking, and taking control of your life by Jeffrey M. Schwartz, MD. This book saved my life. I struggled with obsessive compulsive thoughts, and they weren't just like thoughts that were random. They were detestable thoughts at times, things that I didn't align with who I am and what I wanted from life and what I valued. And I had a big time disconnect with myself and these thoughts. And I spent a lot of time trying to silence those. They actually started when I was about 18, 19, right in there. And I turned to drugs and alcohol, mainly marijuana and drinking, to try to silence those thoughts. And it worked for a while. But as time went on, the medicine, you know, our bodies get used to things, and the marijuana and alcohol, it just wasn't working anymore. And I started to really I either just wanted to die or that's it. I just wanted it to stop. And I struggled with it for many, many years. And one day I found this book, and it was absolutely incredible. Just what it allowed me to do, because a lot of times we feel like we are our brain, like our brain is who we are. But in actuality, our brain is a tool that we're supposed to use to help run our lives in an efficient way. And when a tool takes over the factory, it's complete chaos, right? It needs to be governed. Our brains need to be governed. And while I've still struggled with addictions, and I've still struggled with those types of things, I haven't struggled with obsessive compulsive thoughts, also called intrusive thoughts, or thoughts you don't want, you don't know where they're coming from, but they're there. And this book, it helped me, you know, see what the problem was. I was actually in tears as I was reading it. I was like, this is absolutely amazing. And I can't recommend this book enough. If you struggle with thought issues or OCD or depression or unhealthy thinking, bad habits, this is a really good book to get you dialed in that direction. One of the main things was it separated our brain from who we are as people, because we're spirit, we're soul, spirit, body, mind, soul, right? And all of those are important to how we function and how we carry ourselves in life. But we can't forget that we run the factory. The factory doesn't run us. The brain is not God. The brain is not, what controls everything you do. You have executive function over your brain. And I needed that permission. And this book gave me that permission to understand how the brain works. And it was fascinating. I remember one of the cool stories in this book was he said that when we have problems like intrusive thoughts or OCD or thought disorders in general, that we try to fight them on our own power. We try to fight them with our own strength, but we're facing like a 100th degree black belt in this realm, and that we just don't stand a chance. What we actually have to do is get out of the way. And one of the phrases that I came up with, thanks to the book, was, "It's OCD, not me. It's not me. It's my brain. Accept and welcome these thoughts. Stay as long as you'd like." And it was so amazing. Once I surrendered my mindset, things just calmed down. It was so incredible, just the change. I'm not perfect. I'm still developing like everybody else. But I can tell you, it just blew my mind. This book opens with "You Are Not Your Brain" as a title. And then the quote that is fascinating is, it says, "Habit, if not resisted, soon becomes necessity," by St. Augustine. I'll just read you a couple little paragraphs of this book. Thinking about actually doing a book read on it. Just reading a page a day in a video. Introduction. There are only a few true necessities in life, but for many of us, it doesn't feel that way. A lifetime of habits, ingrained by repetition, can seemingly make us slaves to a not always beneficial master, our own brain. Nothing is more confusing or painful than when your brain takes over your thoughts, attacks your self-worth, questions your abilities, overpowers you with cravings, or attempts to dictate your actions. Have you ever felt that something is compelling you to go places, mentally or emotionally, where you don't want to be? Do you find yourself acting in uncharacteristic ways or doing things you don't really want to be doing? The reason is simple. Deceptive brain messages have intruded into your psyche and taken over your life. Left to its own devices, your brain can cause you to believe things that are not true and to act in a number of self-destructive ways, such as overthinking problems and fretting over things that are out of your control, getting stuck or panicked by unfounded fears and worries, blaming and chastising yourself for things that are not your fault, engaging in unhealthy behaviors to escape life's daily stresses, and lastly, reverting to past patterns when you're trying to make a change. The more often you act in these unhealthy ways, the more you teach your brain that what is simply a habit, a learned behavior, is essential to your survival. Your brain does not distinguish whether the action is beneficial or destructive. It just responds to how you behave, and then generates strong impulses, thoughts, desires, cravings, and urges that compel you to perpetuate your habit, whatever it may be. Unfortunately, more often than not, these behaviors are not the ones that improve your life. Clearly, the brain can exert a powerful grip on one's life, but only if you let it. The good news is that you can overcome the brain's control and rewire your brain to work for you by learning to debunk the myths it has been so successfully selling you, and by choosing to act in healthy, adaptive ways. That's the mission of this book and the cornerstone of our approach, to share our innovative, empowering method of learning how to identify and demystify deceptive brain messages so that you develop healthy, adaptive ways. That's the mission of this book and the cornerstone of our approach, to share our innovative and empowering method of learning how to identify and demystify deceptive brain messages so you can develop happy, adaptive brain circuits that enable you to live a fulfilling life free from these unwanted, unhelpful, and false intruders. That was a tough one. It will be your life, the life you have chosen, with the brain you have sculpted, not the old path of troubling actions and behaviors imposed upon you by deceptive brain messages. How can you achieve this? With our 4-step method, which teaches you simple skills you can use and practice every day and apply to any unsatisfactory part of your life. The result will be a lasting change in perspective, courtesy of a source that has been seriously stifled by your deceptive brain messages, your intelligent, caring inner guide. This friend will help you counteract deceptive brain messages and act in concert with your goals, values, and interests, you will finally see who you really are, not who your brain has been telling you that you are, and put your true self in the driver's seat for the rest of your life. It's pretty good. I think I'll stop there. But yeah, it's a fascinating book, and it really gave me some good tools. Deceptive brain messages are very, very real. So grab yourself a copy. You will not go wrong. And give yourself some tools to be able to take on your life a little bit more and a little bit more efficient way. Slowly but surely, you start to rewire and reprogram your brain. But you are not your brain. Your brain is a tool. Utilize it for your own good. Have a great day. God bless.